All right. Appreciate you. Take care. All right, Madam President, we are live on the YouTube. You are muted, Madam President. You are still
Sylvia, we can't hear you.
You're muted. All right, there you go.
Hello, everybody. And I'm going to be chairing this meeting tonight for Larry, who could not be with us. So this is the Waukegan Public Library Finance Audit Committee meeting. This is Wednesday, January the 20th, 2021, and this meeting is starting at 5:57. So the first thing on the agenda is roll call, and let's go through and do a roll call. So Josue.
Here.
Jeannie.
Here.
And Larry is absent with notice. And I'm here, so we have a quorum for this meeting, and we will move forward with our agenda.
Excuse me.
So the first thing on our
January.
I'm sorry, February. Oh, it is. I'm sorry, February the 9th. No, February the 17th, 2021. Thank you. So the first thing on the agenda is to review the Waukegan Public Library profit and loss budget versus the actual report for May 1st through December the 31st, 2020. So with that, let's go ahead and take a look at the financial reports.
We're looking at the financial that ends last month, so that's January 31st, which is 9 months. So it's 3/4 of the year. So ideally, if we annualize it, it's 75%. If you look at the actual versus budget, the administrative services is a little high. That's because we pay insurance for the upcoming year. We pay that once a year. And of course, repair and maintenance is also a little high because COVID-19. And this, in January, we also received the Secretary of State, the literacy grant, not the per capita. We received that last year, but we received the literacy grant. And besides that, everything is looking good and we're right on track. No surprises.
Okay.
Any questions?
I just want to say thank you, Anna. Any questions from anyone concerning the profit and loss budget versus the actual report? So that would be just for January 31st, Anna? Is that what you're saying? Sorry, I'm not looking.
Yes.
Done. Okay. And so basically you said that the maintenance was high.
Right, because we have cleaning services under maintenance, repair and maintenance, and our cleaning, I mean, last year we never budgeted this much for cleaning. We didn't know there was a pandemic. Mm-hmm. And then for the, for everybody's safety, we increased cleaning services, both outside and also providing cleaning supplies like hand sanitizers, masks, those stuff.
So presently our building services and our programs are low. Is that what you're saying? Just double check.
The buildings, right. Now
we've not spent as much.
No, we didn't spend as much. Many of our program has gone virtual. and people are charging less for programs. What used to cost us $400, maybe now like $250. We're also asking our managers, both reference and children, to negotiate with the people that provides the program because they're not coming to our library. They're doing it virtually, so we're asking them for a discount.
Okay.
And the building surfaces, we did not spend as much in landscaping, but I would imagine that will go up. Maybe it'll show up a little higher the next month or the month after because we have lots of snow removal that will be due.
Mhm. So the other one is where it says salary, benefits, and staff development.
Mm-hmm.
It's 1.57% higher than last year. I mean, and I'm thinking about the positions that are not in place right now.
Which one are you?
I'm on the budget, proposed budget, and the percentage of change from prior year. And it's saying that we're 1.57% higher.
Right, Sylvia, we're looking at the budget versus actual, right? We're
Right.
going to, according to the agenda, we're going to talk about the budget after the check register.
So where did you give me that information? Maybe I'm lost.
Currently,
Maybe
with
I'm wrong.
salaries, benefits, and staff development, we're at 69%. And if we were through 9 months of the 12, that would be at 75. So we're a little below in terms of where salaries, benefits, and staff development should be. Fully staffed.
Okay, that's what
As you mentioned, Sylvia, we're down several positions, and therefore there's a little bit of a buffer in our salaries, benefits, and staff.
Okay, but I'm on the, okay, so we're down.
Yes,
You
if
say
we
we're lower
were
than
where
the
we're supposed to be, we would be at
75%.
75 right now, 3/4 of the year through. And we're at 69.
Expenses. Okay, so wait a minute, I'm looking, hold on, I'm trying to get to the right page with you so that I'm
It's in the,
page, which page is it? Which
it's
page
in
is
the
it?
meeting. It's not in the finance meeting.
Page
Those are just
five,
the proposed. It's
page
in the
five
other,
of our packet.
right.
Page 5, thank you. That's what I need. Okay, I have page 4.
Not the budget meeting packet.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry, I'm on the wrong page. Let me get on the right page. Okay, all right. We can keep going then. Okay, so go ahead, let's go to, okay, let's go to the check. Okay, agenda. Okay, let's go ahead. Look, we can start talking about the check details while I'm looking
Right.
for that page.
Yes. Anyone have any question on the check details? This is just a list of the checks or payments that we do in the month of January. The one that says EFT, that is transfer, bank transfer, and the other one says check number. So then those are paper checks. Any questions?
I don't see anything different than the last meeting.
One big one that's on there is on page 2, and that's for innovative interfaces. That's our catalog, card catalog, so to speak. Innovative is our host.
And
Or our ILS.
the insurance is paid in a lump sum, 42,000.
Insurance, we have workman's comp that is 13,000, and then we also have liability that is 42,000. We pay to different people. Workman's comp is paid to Gallagher, Arthur J. Gallagher, and then the other one is the Libraries of Illinois.
It's our insurance
on
company,
page-
Lyra, for the library's insurance.
Page 2 and 3.
Okay, right.
A motion to approve the monthly board check detail for January 2021 and recommend it to the full board.
I second it.
Okay, all in favor? Josue,
Aye.
Jeannie,
Yes,
and yes for me. So Josue, will you make that motion in the meeting?
Yeah, I could do that.
Okay, all right. Okay, so let's move on to the, let's see what else is on the agenda. John, could you show us the agenda real quick?
That's for
Okay.
January meeting. No, that's January's meeting.
See, that's why I
yeah.
had the wrong one. So is there a different agenda for tonight?
Tonight's agenda included the budget discussion after the check detail.
Okay.
Looks like the agenda was sent out in error. The wrong agenda was sent out.
Okay. So because of that, we could put it into, can we put it in another category and still talk about it tonight, John?
I'm not 100% certain, but I believe that if you make a motion to amend the agenda, you can amend the agenda.
Okay, well then, I'll move
agenda.
to, okay. So I'll second it, Jeannie. All in favor? Josue,
Aye.
Jeannie,
Yes,
and I for me. So we have amended the agenda to add the discussion about the budget. Okay, Anna. Would
Let's
you-
look at the first page, and that would be that one right there on the screen.
Okay.
The left requested from the city is $4.5 million, so that is the real estate tax revenue. And then we have certain grants. We have the per capita grant, Secretary of State grant, and then we have other income that includes interest and some donations. We've been a little conservative. I think one thing we need to keep in mind for this upcoming year's budget is big uncertainty, because we don't know what's happening. It's like, we don't know. There's a lot of uncertainty. We don't know whether we're going to have full hours, whether 100% occupancy. We just don't know. So, but we did get $4.5 million in levy. And then the first category is salary, benefits, and staff development. We do have some vacancies. And right now, since we don't know what's going to happen, we have not filled any of the vacancy. We also do not know what is the rate for the 2022 IMRF. So we estimate. We also do not know our insurance. So we're just estimating, but we are leaving enough room that if we have a bigger expense in one area, that we'll be able to manage.
So that's where the
Right,
1.57% increase, okay, from this year or last year, this year to next year. Got it.
Right. And then administrative services, we have an increase of 1.8%. And in this packet, there is a little explanation. There's an explanation worksheet. The administrative services, mainly due to increase of legal fees. Scroll, I think one more page, John. Right. And then supplies, because we haven't used that much supply this year, and if we have partial lockdown, not lockdown, but not 100% opening next year, we're anticipating we would not be using as much supply also. Now, one thing, the library materials are going higher. Well, we are the library, so when we have an increase in tax levy, we increase our collections for patrons. And some of that is also increasing in electronic resources, obviously, because some patrons right now cannot come in and browse our catalog. And the building services, we have a contract that is automatic. We're probably going to renew it, but Chuck is looking into it. But so far this year, because we have not been using a lot in the building services, so it's going down. Programs is reduced by 10%, and 10% sounds a lot, but it's only like $4,000, less than $4,000. Again, because virtual programs cost slightly less, and we also try to negotiate with them. And marketing, we don't have any change. And repair and maintenance, we increase that because we have to, right now, we're having outside services for repair and maintenance. We have someone that comes in weekly, and if we have any necessary costs, we ask outsider to come do a deep cleaning. So that we're going to keep it the way it is. So that will be what we anticipated, at least for, I believe we have at least 6 months in that, because we don't know. And tech services is a little increase because, as you know, we have one vacancy in the tech department, but we haven't filled that position. So for all the services we do have a consultant, outside consultant. And the capital expense, we have some outdated material. Some staff would like chairs. We would like to have some signs, maybe a van. I don't know. But we that's what we're putting in there. Now, this budget is estimate. And right now, because we don't have a budgeting policy, so we're going with the city's budget policy, and we are in the city's special revenue fund. So this is more for our guideline, and we do because there's so much unknown, so we're just, I guess, estimated the best we can. Any questions?
I have a question. I guess
Huge.
you know I do.
Yes.
That's this form. Are we going to talk about that other one that's in there also, which is the same thing, but it's broken down?
Yes, we can talk about that, sure.
Because crazy questions, I know. FY21. No, in the other one, that says FY20 budget, FY22 proposed. Yeah, that one.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Last year, we didn't put any of the grants in the budget, but this year we are.
Yes. last year, it was done more of a rush. Last February, it was a bit of a rush. We got notice the city wanted our budget is like that afternoon, and we were not prepared for it. There was a lot of things happening last February, and the grants were not budgeted. But grants, whatever we budget in the grant, we also budget the expense because grants are basically a wash.
Right. That's why I was wondering why it was in there.
Yeah, we had a lot of things going on last February.
And in the past, we'd historically only budgeted 69,000 for a few years there. Illinois ran without a budget. And so we had a reduction in our per capita grant amount to $69,000 for a couple of years straight. And so it stayed that way, but we are now back to consistent funding levels of $111,348 from the Secretary of State per capita grant.
Also, these are grants that we think we know with quite certainty that we will receive. Now, the grants that, for example, the CARE grants, we have no idea we were going to get that. So we can't budget for those things because we don't know.
Hey, John, as part of technology expenses, are we planning on eventually replacing staff computers with more mobile stations like laptops?
I haven't heard from Isaac his plan in terms of what the technology looks like. I know it's certainly we've gotten a lot more laptops over the past year, for example, than we did desktop computers. And I think it's going to be a conversation Isaac and I are going to need to have. There's no plan to get completely mobile with our technology because there was a plan in place before Isaac took over. So he's pretty much fulfilling that, replaced a bunch, imagine being closed and seeing 15 computers show up at our doorstep, but we were closed to the public and had those computers were public computers. So a lot of progress in conversations we'll have to have with Isaac about what the next steps are for our technology infrastructure. Right now, it's just cleaning up house, and he's working with IT Connection and Keith to make sure that our side of the street is clean.
I have a huge question. Okay, I'm looking here at the proposed budget for programs, and it looks like teen programs don't have any dollars allocated. Special programs don't have any allocated, but then down at the bottom for special programs, you have 20,000. So did you lump all of those into one?
By and large, yes. The $20,000 would cover our summer concert series primarily, but the teen program, we have not historically conducted any teen programming. The only teen programming we did have was the Teen Tech Week that they did back in July's Teen Waukegan Tech Institute, and that hasn't happened for a couple of years. So that was the only, that 1,800 was for covering workers, I believe it was. It paid contractors to help teach the program, but yeah, nothing in teen, nothing in special at this point. And then that lump sum down there in special programs to cover any possibilities of expanding our summer concert series to a monthly concert series, having some bigger name acts. Mariachi band was one of the things that Karina wanted to try and pull off. But we were also kind of on a holding pattern until at least summer before we're able to perform any of those. So we're budgeting for it just in case, but a slight reduction of 5.51% in overall budget for programs, because majority of the stuff for the majority of this fiscal year will be digital, virtual programs.
Okay.
And
I just feel like we need some more dollars in there. I mean, look at programming versus some of the other things that we're doing.
We did put in, children did request reading program that's new for this year, for coming year. And we allocate, the children's manager requested 2,500.
Yeah, I'm just looking over, where,
it just
and
seems like
my other question, yeah, Oh, go ahead, Jeannie.
Be kind of gearing toward getting some programs for the teens, I would think.
Right, yes. So I think that if we could think about how we could shift more money into the programming. My other question is, okay, so 47, I'm just looking at, okay, so we're anticipating 4.5 from the city.
Yes.
Okay. Have we asked for it already?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay.
Anna, did I hear you say that you didn't know what the insurance costs were going to be this year?
For health insurance, our open enrollment is in August. So no, we don't. There's a rumor that it may go up 20%. That seems a little high. We don't know. Nobody know what insurance rate is going to be for next year.
Well, the reason I'm asking is because the 2022 budget is less than the 21 budget for all the insurance.
Right. Right.
If you don't know, how are we going to be less?
That's part of the allocation we have in personnel. So we can shift from like a salary or insurance, because right now we don't know. But the budget is based on percentage of salary expense. The amount we budgeted last year, we haven't spending it at that rate. So that's why it's budgeted a little less.
So you have less employees, so you're budgeting less.
Yes.
Yes, no. I'm trying to understand.
But we're giving some room in case it does go up. So we have room for unexpected expenses in the personnel line.
Okay.
I have a question. In summary, when someone says, where did the $100,000 that was part of the increase in the budget from the city of Waukegan, in summary, where did that go? Like the 100,000, where would you say it all went?
Most of it goes to collection. Whenever we have an increase, we always increase collection because we're library. And then the rest of them, we spread it out according to how we need it.
Is there any that we put in for savings, like a rainy day fund?
Yes, we would like, we put in capital.
And this is a holdover from when we did the study to see what it would cost to replace a boiler and how to prepare the library for the next 20 years. And instead of putting money into a special account, which would, protect the building, we decided as a board, the board decided to keep $150,000 just in the budget instead of plugging that away every year into a savings account.
Is that where we would purchase a new vehicle from?
Yes.
Do we plan on doing that anytime soon? I know that we've been saying it for the past about 2 years now.
Yes, that's part of the process, and I think that's in Anna's notes. So I don't want to make anybody dizzy, but I'll go back up.
And I got one more question. I got a couple more, but the marketing.
Yes.
It did not change. I'm just asking, those companies are not increasing their costs?
Marketing, again, we don't know what's going to happen, so we give it the same expense. So far this year, we've spent very little in marketing. So we're just anticipating we'll be doing more marketing next year. Let's see, if the budget versus actual, marketing is very low. So far this year, we've spent 26% of the marketing budget from last year. But again, we don't know what's going to happen, but the library anticipated we will do more marketing to inform our patrons.
Okay, I have another question.
Uh-huh.
If we have a recommendation for a change to the current building, that doesn't have to be decided on with the proposal of the budget, right?
No, it's still, the budget is an estimate for the line items, and that's how we're going to move on. However, it's an estimate, and we have lots of unknown. And also, whatever we do, we have to follow the library policy. Like if we spend over a certain amount, then you still need, we have to go on bids and the board approval, all that good stuff.
All right, thank you.
And I don't mean to be a pest, but we are at 6:27. The board meeting begins at 6:30, excuse me.
A motion to adjourn.
A second.
Oh, you muted Sylvia.
That's why you can't hear me. I said it, but then you came back, John, and said it. So all in favor, Josue,
Aye.
Jeannie,
Yes.
and I for myself. So this meeting is adjourned at 7:28, and we will